So this is going to be the area that I'm going to go ahead and convert into our new bass laboratory. We're going to go ahead and move this light over. Move this light over, and then we're going to hang the rods up from there. Good thing is the garage doesn't go all the way up, so I can hang one string from there, one string from there, and yeah. Got to move all this out of the way first, get everything a little bit organized. Oh yeah, and if you're like me and you haven't moved a lot of this stuff in a couple months, go ahead and bomb your garage first, because you never know what type of creepy crawlers are going around up in there. So I bombed mine. If you see a couple freaking dead animals on the ground or insects on the ground, hey, it is what it is. But we're gonna get it cleaned up. Alright, some basic things that you guys should get before you start building your bass cave. Definitely, I would suggest some type of a shelving system. These are really good, obviously, for all the different baits and things that we have, and you know, life jackets, all that type of stuff that you want to put inside of these big bins. You can, and you don't always have to stack it all the way up. You could break them in half, you know, maybe do 2 or 3 shelves and then separate it on the other side. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the whole setup. I'm going to be building a shelf too, that way I have my own workstation. Definitely get yourself some hooks, because we're going to be hanging the PCV from the ceiling. And you're going to need something for your string to go down to that. I'll show you when we get to that. Definitely going to want, obviously, some rod holders. Those are going to be set up for actually the main rods that I want to have rigged already and ready to go. Definitely need a pegboard. It just really helps you know what you're out of stock on and what you need to order, and keeps everything nice and neat. And then if you want to, I don't want to buy wood. Wood's very expensive right now. It's 2022. The prices of wood are ridiculous. Even one large sheet of pegboard is about $28, $29 at Home Depot. Luckily, I have this from my last project I did at my previous house. So I'm going to use the ready board stuff. It's obviously not permanent, and I'm going to put that to cover up the holes in the wall. Well, not the holes, but obviously the slats. Fill in those spaces, just makes it look a little bit nicer. Okay, the reason for all the shelving that I did get is because, as you can see in this box, a lot of this is some of this you guys might have seen before, but just tons and tons of knowledge, dude. And I have them separated by month. So, you know, these are all February or seasonal. Yeah, this is why I need that shelving. And then, of course, we can have all the boxes. Map, Delta, soft baits, a lot of extra stuff, maps of Lake and Berryessa, when, where, and how, notes. So this is where all my knowledge is, man. We're starting a new season in the bank, which is Bass Anglers of Northern California. It's a local club. I'm gonna get it right this year. Gonna try and fish every event. But the first step that you guys should do before any season is get your life together. Get everything organized, that way you know where everything is, and you know what you need to buy and what you don't need to buy, because you know we all buy too much. next step is going to be measuring your height of where you want your rods to sit. If you choose to do it like me, it's kind of cheap to do PVC piping. This time though, what I'm going to do before I get them up there is I'm actually going to make notches in them. That way the rods actually sit in an actual slot. That way they don't just roll all over the place. That's one thing I didn't like about my old design. So definitely get a measuring tape, go up to your height, find what height your arm's kind of comfortable at. Mine's probably going to be probably right about 30 inches. I'm trying to shoot for 30 inches so I can slide my rod up, slide my rod down easily, you know, without anything getting in the way or straining yourself. When you got to put 7 rods up and take 7 rods down, and it just can get a little bit straining. So choose your height from the ceiling and where you're going to put your eyelets. These right here, these screw eyes here. All right, drill your pilot hole and then go ahead and put this in. It's a lot easier rather than just trying to force these into the wood. Definitely drill a pilot hole first. Okay, but that's gonna be the next steps. First thing I'm gonna do is make my notches in my PVC. I'm gonna do that while I have it down, and then go ahead and drill your holes. I already have mine pre-drilled because I've done this already. I've done this already, so I already have my holes drilled, but definitely need one on each side. Okay, on both of them. That way you can hang it. Now got the shelf in, looks nice. Nice, it's dirty. Also added some rod holders to the sides of it, so this way when I set up my rods that I want to get ready and have them ready and prepared for the next day, I can put them all right here. I can pull out the line, I can line up my baits right here. Now we just got to get the pegboard up, and we're going to be looking like an actual bass cave, you know? We're going to look like we actually got a bass cave. We're going to look a lot cleaner than it did before. What you will need is this 32-piece pegboard hook set. Now, you don't actually really need this. It's $7.99, but it comes with these here. So pretty much these have spacers, obviously because the pegboard can't be straight up against the wall, or else you're not going to be able to get the pegs in. So I mean, these are just little plastic spacers. I'm pretty sure I could use bolts or something, but I wanted to give you guys kind of an exact way to get a pegboard up and to build this. So this is a 32-piece. This is a Harbor Freight one. So if you have a local Harbor Freight, you can get this set. If you could do something else besides using these spacers, you could use nuts, you know what I'm saying, rubber hose, anything else that you could find. I just wanted to show you guys exactly how to do it. So if you get something else besides this set right here, and you can mount it off the wall, these are only $1.99. Okay, at least these you can hang up a lot of your soft plastics. All right, a lot of your soft plastics, any baits that you're working on, and say you get stuck or you're not really, you know, you don't want to put them away, you can hang a lot of your treble hooks. You can put your pliers in there, your screwdrivers, you know, a hook sharpener, a lot of things that you can use this one for. So I highly do recommend this one. And then these ones are actually a double straight pegboard. What I found really good on these are your crankbaits. So if you have one particular crankbait that you like a lot, you can hang up both colors of that. All right, to hang a pegboard without anybody's without any other assistance, what I'm going to do is lift this up, put one screw in there to keep this off at the level I want it, to keep it off the ground at the level I want it, and then I'll put the spacers behind 4 corners. You don't, I mean, you can do as many as you want to do. I mean, you could definitely get away with 2, but I'm gonna do 4 just because I want it to look right. And then, man, we're pretty much all wrapped up. We're gonna have ourselves a nice little bass cave area. Let's get to it. All right, and just like that, the pegboard is up.
got kind of the way I want it, but you never know how you truly want it until you get some baits up there. So next step is going to be to get some baits up there, get my storage filled up here, get all my rods and everything stored. I want to get all my rods stored, and then I'll be back to show you the full completion. Yeah, baby. Alright, you guys, so this is where I'm at right now. I'm gonna pretty much call it quits for the day, but you guys get the gist. This is what it should look like. This is how, when you have a bass cave, it should look like. Everything should be organized. Not all these are the same baits, you know. We got Yamamoto, power bait, but most of these are Yamamotos. You see different colors, but that's all Senkos. All my robo worms, you know, all different colors. We even get to the top. We got all the Ned different baits, different colors. Frog, you know, the soft water frogs. Soft water frogs. Soft bait frogs. You know, some that I do always want to make sure I have is my KV Perfect Plastics. I do love that bait right there in that color. That is the watermelon red flake. Definitely have some crawdads, you know, some trailers for our jigs. Fat Icas, you know, this is just stuff that I had laying around. Now that I know what I have, I can restock. The worst part is you know, most of this stuff I bought, and look at it, some of these are new packages, never been opened. Look how many River to Sea Mad Yabbies I have, how many River to Sea Papa Mud jigs I have. These are all stuff that I completely forgot I had. This is just stuff that I found sitting in there. So yeah, that's what you don't want to do. That's why you want to do this. That's the most important part about creating your wall, your bass cave, your whatever, is you know what you need to buy, and you're just not going out ordering things and buying things over and over and over again, because this is my second wall. My first wall I didn't take down. My first wall is still at my other house, and it's still just like this, you know. So I didn't even take that down because most of those baits I don't use, obviously. That's why I didn't really have a reason to take them down. Now I still have all of these. I got my whole shelf in here. Yeah, like I said, knowledge is key. So eventually I'll go through all those and I'll separate January, February, March. That's why I used to have it. I had it straight across. But yeah, man, there's just a lot of stuff, you know. I'm pretty sure you guys, you know, you might not have this much stuff, or you might have way more stuff than I have. But going through and organizing it definitely is going to make you way more efficient. Now I even cut down to where I don't even need to bring, as you can tell, I used to bring crankbait, top water, I used to bring, you know, everything. I'm not doing that no more. This year, I'm trying to get into the kayak series, so I'm trying to get used to cutting down, but also there's no reason. I mean, you know, there's really no reason to bring everything that you got every tournament, because you're never going to throw it all. I don't care what nobody says, you're never going to throw it. Yes, to have it is better to have it than to not have it, but you can always hopefully find something else that you know, that your strengths can still, what am I trying to say? Hopefully you can find something else that's pretty similar to what you wanted that you actually have. So my new boxes are simple. Everything I bring now is going to be simple. Okay? I'm only going to bring, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes with me. Anywhere, even when I take my boat out, or once I get my kayak, you know, I'm only going to carry this many boxes, if not, maybe less. But I'm always going to carry my terminal tackle. So, you know, that's my hook box. Make sure whatever hook box that you decide to get definitely has the water resistant, you know, and the anti-rust. You don't want to have all your hooks in a non-anti-rust box, because you will regret it fast. Now with these only 5 boxes for me, I can take these out of the boat. I don't have to leave them in the boat, and I can open them all up and make sure that nothing rusts, because rust costs money. Don't forget that. Rust will cost you a lot of money. My tackle, you know, all my weights, bobber stops. I think I have swivels and stuff in here. I need to move that in here. But my terminal tackle, you know, these two are money. If you leave home without these two, it's going to be a pretty rough day. Some soft baits. This is mostly my crawfish, or, you know, most of my trailer. These are pretty much all my trailer baits. Get you some Plano bags, some speed bags, or everybody makes a different one now. So just whatever you think, but you know, this will be my, I label my worm bag, but you can tell it's faded off, but I know green tape means worm, you know, regular tape means, you know, just crawfish and trailers. A couple things that I have in my actual hard bait selection is going to be some of the money makers. You know, these make money when the reaction bite is hot. These two boxes right here will make the money when the reaction bait's hot. You know, we got all of my shad pattern crankbaits from shallow, medium to deep. My 6XZ is tied on, but I'm not going to bring that anyway, so I'm going to Clear Lake. I mean, not Clear Lake, I'm going to the Delta. So these two are a lot easier to change than changing 8 boxes or bringing 8 boxes. These two, I can open it up and pretty much everything I need right where I need it. You know, I got my deep, shallow, and mid red crankbaits. You know, on the Delta, that's a big factor. We're going to have some lipless baits here. We got swim baits. Can't go wrong. Not with a swim bait. Gosh, a swim jig. I got my swim jigs here. White, you already know. Buzz bait, can't beat that. Top waters. That Chopo is going to do damage. I already know. Probably first thing in the morning. Hopefully get me a couple quick 13, 14, 15 inch fish. Try to get my feet out of it. That Chopo is going to do damage. Jerk baits, and then all of the bladed jigs. Second box here. Like I said, it's cool to only have 2 boxes, man. It's so much easier, and I can just transfer out what I want between the 2 boxes. But got me a River to Sea S waiver in here. You never know, man. Sometimes you throw the S waiver, you're liable to get a striper, or you're liable to get a nice bass. Every bass that I've caught on this in the Delta has been at least 3 pounds. So yeah, if the water's clear enough, yeah, I'm throwing that once I get my limit. A couple swim baits, spinner baits. Don't need a whole bunch. I used to bring a whole box of spinner baits and never even throw. I mean, how many people really still throw a spinner bait? I mean, leave me a comment in the bottom. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys still do, but I mean, man, I just don't feel like I just don't throw them as much anymore. I used to throw them a lot. I don't throw them that much anymore. These are obviously going to be a big factor on the Delta. Hopefully they're chomping them frogs. I got the Spro baby right there, the popper. It's going to do some damage, already know. And if we got to bust out Ishy boy, we could bust out Ish Monroe. You know, that's just the way it go. Jerk baits if they're on the reaction. Last box here is going to be my jigs. One thing I do bring is a massive amount of jigs in different colors, different weights, different sizes, different trailers for them, from the pork chops to freaking, you know, the what are these? These are Ish Monroes. I can't remember exactly what they're called right now, but yeah, I do bring a lot of my jigs. I bring all my jigs, different colors, but this isn't even all my jigs. You know, I just bring a lot of different colors and a lot of different sizes for jigs, because you never know. That is one box that I do bring, and I do always plan on bringing, is a full box of jigs. But alright guys, man, it's easy. You can build yourself a bass cave for under $100 too, man. I mean, under $100 you can have organization, and you don't have to do everything that I did, or you can do more than I did, depending on how much stuff you have and depending on how much time you have. But you know, I still got to get all my rods up above here. I'll put all my rods away. I got some over there. Those are pretty much the rods I use on every, you know, weekly fishing trip. And yeah, man, I'm really excited with how it came out. It feels good to have a little bit of organization. I'm ready to place a tackle warehouse order anyways. One thing I am going to try and do this year that I have not done is strictly stick with Berkley. I'm sticking with the Berkley power bait. I'm going to try and see if spending that little bit of money extra is going to be worth it. So hopefully this wall will be mostly filled with Berkley power baits, Gary Yamamoto, Senkos, Robo worms, but everything else, my crawfish, my crawdads, all going to be scented Berkley power bait. And we're going to see if it does pay a difference or not, you know. Only thing I don't like about Berkley power bait, which hopefully I can figure out why this always happens to me, but they go dry. Or it's not even they go dry, or they just, the gel just I don't know, the scent, the liquid just goes away. So if you know why, leave a comment down there so you can tell me why that always happens. But I've had these, like all 3 of them, I've had them less than a year and they're all empty. Pretty much all the juice is dried out. The baits aren't dry, but the juice has been all sucked up. So yeah, man, thank you for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any questions, let me know, man. Hopefully this year, we're starting a new season. I'm going to try and make it to every tournament, and we're going to try and win some wood this year. That's the goal. The goal is to win some wood and get some plaques. You know, with plaques comes money. They did change the rules a little bit, so they're only going to be paying out the top 3 now, so it's going to be a little bit more money, a little bit higher entry fee, but yeah, man, it's going to be pretty freaking exciting this year. Hopefully one of the first years, now that we're kind of situated and settled in, that I could fish the whole season. So yes, man, y'all have a great time, man. Keep a tight line, stay positive. I know there's a lot of drama going on. Just stay positive and keep fishing, man. Get out there as much as you can. I haven't been, but now I'm going to be getting out there a lot more. Like I said, hopefully I'll get a kayak. You might see a kayak here in the next couple of months or so. And if I do that, of course I'll post a video, and we're going to turn into a little bit of a kayak channel, but still also be a boat channel because I'm not selling my bass boat yet. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, let me know.